with that said, what I will do is I'll share my screen with you and we'll start the session immediately. So all set, everybody ready? Everybody has joined. Am I audible? Yeah, everybody?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so we'll start the
Yes,
session.
sir.
Oh, fine, first class. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. To begin with, what I will do, I'll just explain you. I know that as I said earlier, that there must be a lot of questions and queries that you need an answer for. So to begin with, what I will do is I'll just explain you what is SAP and why SAP. Okay, and the rest of the questions will be taking at the end of the session. One by one, we'll take. So what is SAP? SAP is SAP is basically an abbreviation. It is full form is System Application and Products in Data Processing. Okay, it is an ERP application. What do you mean by ERP? When I say ERP application, it is Enterprise Resource Planning. So SAP is basically an application that helps in planning resources of an enterprise. Okay, so when I say resources of an enterprise, what do you mean by resources? What is the first thing that comes to your mind that when I say resources of an enterprise? So that also I have listed down certain resources. Resources of an enterprise are labors. That is your manpower working in admin department, sales department, in the factory, in finance department. So all these are your resources only. Resources are something that we use in order to achieve our ultimate objective. That is a routine process in our day-to-day operations. What we deploy are our resources. There is a material. If there is a manufacturing unit, if we use a raw material, that becomes a resource. In order to process that raw material and produce finished goods, we require machinery. That is a resource. Then money. Without money, nothing happens. Everything starts at the money and ends at the money. So money is the ultimate and the very important resource of an enterprise. And then supply chain, and like that there are so many. Okay, and the list goes on actually. So these all resources can be managed through an ERP application. Okay, so SAP is one of the ERP applications that are available in the market. But then why SAP only? Why are we thinking that only SAP is to be, SAP is having the biggest market share in the as of now currently. Um, so why SAP and why SAP stands out in the ERP application? What is the unique selling point of SAP? That we'll be looking into now. Before that, what I will do, the certain participants who are joining, I would like to request them to please mute so that there is some background noise coming. Okay, fine. So what we'll do, in order to explain why SAP is required, is I'll just give you a simple example, which is personal at your level. Okay. What happens is that, let us assume that you have been given a list of certain items. Okay. A list of certain items to for shopping, like household items, all household items, you have been given the list. And those items, let's say, uh, consi consist of let's say, sorry, the screen share. Yeah, now you can see.
Yes, sir, it is visible now.
Yeah.
Yeah, visible.
So let's say you have been given a shopping list and it contains, let's say, certain clothes. Then there are groceries items, and then there is vegetable items. Okay. Then some, let's say, notebooks are there. Like that, there is a list of shopping that you have to go and buy from the market. So what will happen is that, what will happen? You will be going to, you know, a cloth shop to buy clothes. Then you will go to groceries vendor. Okay, groceries vendor you will be going in order to buy groceries. Then you will go to vegetable vendor to buy vegetables and so on. Then you'll go to stationery and will complete the list of, you'll complete the shopping. At the end of the shopping, what will happen is that you will feel tired because it is quite time consuming. You'll have to go to different places to buy different items. Okay. And which eventually which reduces your efficiency. You'll have to spend more time, you know. So this is the problem with when you have different, when you have to perform different tasks and with different functionalities. Okay. Now, what if I tell you that all these things, clothes, groceries, vegetables, notebooks, household items, cutleries, whatever, all these things I'll bring at one place only. I'll bring at one place. And what you can do is you can enter into this place with your shopping list and you can come out of this place only. And you can buy everything at one place. That would be quite convenient option for all of us, right? What will happen? You'll get everything at one place. So you'll have to spend less time, you'll have to spend less energy, and at the end of the shopping, you will be having like quite sufficient time to, explore other things also. So this is what happens when we have different functionalities, different applications for different functionalities, right? Now here we'll take you to another slide wherein we'll be applying the same example, okay, but in the context of the business. We'll apply the same example, but in the context of the business. Now, what happens that led to the invention or creation of SAP? As we all say, necessity is mother of all inventions. Then what happened? There was a company called Xerox, okay, and Xerox was doing good. But then Xerox was having different applications for different functionalities. As we just saw earlier in our previous slide, that resources of an enterprise are many resources are there. So in order to manage all these resources, Xerox was having different applications. For HR, it was having different application. Let's say for sales, distribution, different application. Like that, there were multiple applications that they were using. The problem was not with the applications. It was going all good. Okay. Uh, the problem was at the end of the month when it came to month end closing or year end closing, or when there was a need to make any informed decision and there were certain reports which were required, customized reports. That time there was a problem that Xerox was facing. And what happened is that it was very time consuming task and it was a quite headache for Xerox that they had to compile all the data from different modules and had to compile all the data and prepare reports as per their own requirements. So it was very time consuming and very hectic for Xerox. So then Xerox did is Xerox went to IBM and said, see, IBM, now we are in very serious trouble and we are facing a lot of issues while compiling and consolidating the data from the different applications. See, we are having these applications are there, but we are having a lot of difficulties compiling all the data. So can you do something for us? Like, can you please, give us the solution which would solve our problem? So to that, IBM said, okay, I'll do something for you. What I will do is, mm, we'll create one solution for you and we'll start working on that. Having said that, IBM started working on it. And then what IBM did is, like, it was working. And then after some time, after few years, when the project was under progress only, Xerox went to IBM and said, uh, see, IBM, what is happening is that I don't want that application anymore. I would like to, cancel the contract. Let's stop the work, whatever you have been working on. I don't want that application anymore. So, anyways, we are done. To that, IBM said, okay, the work was stopped. However, there were certain software engineers working on that project in IBM. They thought that this is going to be the future of the, of an ERP application segment. And this is going to be the future. If this project works out, this is going to be the future. So let us not stop working on this project. We will continue this project. And then they completed the application. They completed that. They structured the entire product and they came out with SAP. That is how SAP was invented. So what they did, they do what they did is, as we saw that they brought everything at one place. If you have for different applications at different places and for different functionalities, it becomes difficult. So what SAP did is, SAP brought everything at one place. Everything, like for HR, there was a different application. That functionality was included in SAP. Sales and distribution, there was a different application for that. That also was included in SAP. Finance, material management, and so on. So many applications were there at one platform only. But was that the only thing that SAP did? That they brought all the applications one at one platform? No, SAP did not do that. What SAP did is, I'll tell you. What SAP did not only brought all the uh, modules at one platform, functionalities at one platform, it also integrated all the functionalities. Okay, it also integrated all the functionalities. Like everything was integrated. Because of which, what happened is integration. Now, integration is another very important feature of SAP. That wherever there is an integration, what happens is when any transaction that is recorded in SAP, whatever effects that we are giving, so related modules are updated immediately at the same time without much manual intervention. So I'm just giving an example that, let's say there is a sales that is happening to the customer. So earlier what used to happen, imagine the scenario, like if we are using different applications for sales and let's say for materials management, what will happen is that we will be booking sales in sales and distribution application. Then we'll close that application and we'll come to, let's say, material management in order to update the inventory or stocks. So that same thing we had to do at two places, same transaction, but then we had to give effects to at two places, which was, which was reducing our efficiency and which was taking a lot of time. So what SAP did, it brought all the applications at one platform, and it not only brought it, it integrated all the applications. So when there is a sale, now in case of SAP, what happens is whenever there is a sale, the customer account is debited immediately. Sales is credited, and even the stock also goes out of your system. So all the effects are given at one place. This is what I'm telling you for the sake of an example. How it happens in real, that will be seen later in the course of, like, in the as we start with the course, we'll be looking at it. But this is just an example I gave you to understand how that integration is happening and how that interlinking part has been done by SAP. So, as we were discussing that there are multiple modules. Okay, there is an HR payroll module, sales and distribution, like so there are so many modules. So, in order to manage one of the resources of an enterprise, that is money, finance, there is a module called SAP FICO. So, we'll be looking into SAP FICO S4 HANA in this course. Okay, we'll be looking what are the components of SAP FICO S4 HANA. What is SAP FICO ECC and what is SAP FICO S4 HANA? What are the differences in that? And why S4 HANA is an important version, the upgraded version. What are the features of S4 HANA? So everything will be looking into in this uh, course. We'll be studying everything from the basics to advanced level. Okay. And just to give you another like some detailed view about SAP FICO. So there are two components of SAP FICO. FI stands for finance. So when it comes to finance, finance deals with basically accounting of transactions, financial transactions. Okay. So why do we account for the transaction? Now, when we see it from the perspective of finance, of FICO, like FICO, FICO, finance perspective, then we are doing it in order to draw financial statements, annual financial statements. And why do we need to prepare annual financial statements is because there is a requirement of the country the company is working in, the company is operating in. There is a legal requirement by the country that every company, let's say in India, will take an example that companies who are listed on stock exchange, let's say, they have to report, publish their quarterly financial statements. So in order to do that, we have to account for the transaction and prepare annual financial statements. At the same time, whenever there is some tax assessments are going on, or for the purpose of Companies Act, we have to submit annual financial statements. So, so what we can say in order to summarize finance is that the finance takes care about, external reporting purpose requirements. Finance is for external reporting purpose requirements, wherein at the same time, just opposite, CO is there. CO is controlling, which basically deals with cost center accounting, profit center accounting, internal orders and all. And it is just opposite to FI, finance. It is for the purpose of internal reporting requirement. Now, what is internal reporting requirement is that let's assume there are manufacturing units. There is a manufacturing unit and it has got multiple product, and the management wants to know that which product is doing well, which product is, will have to incur more expenditure going ahead, which product requires more marketing and advertising expenditure, where we are spending more, where the revenue is coming from, which is more profitable, which product we have to discontinue, where we have to increase the production and so on. So that all these requirements can be met through controlling, and whatever reports that will be generating through controlling module are not going to be used for external, like there is no requirement that we have to submit those reports to external agencies. That is entirely for the purpose of internal decision making only. Okay, so like as I said, there will be two demo sessions and there is a lot more that we have to see. uh, what we have done is like we have another demo session that will be coming tomorrow, and we'll be covering all these topics in the next demo session. That is, we'll be looking into what is S4 HANA, how it is different from the ECC version of SAP, what are the components of FICO, Like there are many multiple, like general ledger is there, accounts receivable, accounts payable, fixed asset accounting, bank accounting. So there are like that, there are multiple components are there of FICO that we'll be looking into. We'll look for the types of the projects, how those projects are to be implemented. There are certain methodologies that SAP has recommended in order to execute the project. Types of consultants, which are the consultants, like there are different types of consultants, as we have like Ariba consultant also we are having. So like that, what is the architecture of SAP, types of clients, and the system landscape will be looking into what are the types of clients, different versions of SAP, and types of roles, and general discussion we'll be having. But that we'll be doing in the next demo session. And meanwhile, what I'll do is that I will just move to the first slide wherein we had listed down certain questions for you. And that too, if you also are having any questions in your mind, that also the floor is open for everyone. They can put up their questions to me. I'll try to answer those questions. I'll try to explain everything, you know, so that you don't have any doubt in your mind before going ahead with the, like, second demo session, and also obviously with the course also. So anything that is there in your mind that I would like to take up first. If any questions are there, you can ask me and I'll try to answer.
Hi, Amol.
Hi.
One question from my end. As I little bit add that for SAP FICO courses, there is some finance knowledge need to be there, maybe from commerce background or some like MBA or finance background. So
Uh-huh.
as I am from a BSc background,
Okay.
so like is it like feasible, like maybe in future I may like struggle to complete that course. So for that reason, just I am seeking, is there the correct step I am taking to learn SAP FICO?
Sir, what I would say, no, is that uh, see, even if you don't have any finance background,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to worry. Why? Because I would say that what is finance? Simple thing. Like the first question, what is finance? What is accounting? Now,
Mm-hmm.
if there had it been something very rocket science, I would have not suggested you to pursue this course. But then, what is accounting? So, what we are doing accounting in our day-to-day life. We know finances, we know accounting. We know, like, let's say I'll give an example that this is my salary. Now, in this salary, what is my budget if I want to purchase a car? That everybody knows. Everybody
Yeah.
knows. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
with the lesser salary will go to buy, let's say, Lamborghini, or let's say Range Rover or something. They know,
Correct.
everybody knows that this is my budget. These
Mm-hmm.
are my EMIs. This becomes like I have certain outgoes, obligations that I have to meet, So what I can do is I can go for this car, let's say. So
Mm-hmm.
this becomes finance. Everybody is prudent, everybody is aware what finance is, everybody is aware what accounts is. Now accounts, I'll come to what accounts is. Everybody knows. Okay, this in this month, what has happened is I have spent a lot on traveling expenditure. Okay, this next month I have to spend on the school fees. So even we know the expenditure types also. So that is the
Mm-hmm.
first step towards accounting and finance, what I would say. And what having financial background is what you will be only putting it in the form of debit and credit, nothing more, nothing less. Correct? Whatever you are doing as of now, that will be only, there is some certain concepts that you will be learning, obviously, but then it's not something you cannot do, so that I personally feel that you can go ahead with this course. There's no problem at all. And only thing is, like, let's say somebody who is from the finance background, may have to spend like put on less efforts. Okay, he may put on less effort because what happens is that he will understand, the person will understand the transaction, he will understand the business process maybe faster than you. You'll have to put on more efforts. That's the only thing. So here, to summarize this, what I would say is that finance background is preferred. Okay, finance background is preferred, but that is not mandatory.
Okay.
As long
Got it.
as you can understand the business process, that is done. So I'll tell you simply, sir, you have to understand in SAP. What I have understood being financial consultant is that you have to understand the business process. When we say well begun is half done, there is a phrase, right? Right? We say well begun is half done. Similarly, in finance or in SAP, basically, if you are a functional consultant, if you could understand the business process, your half work is done then and there itself.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no problem. You may please go ahead. And that too, if at all in accounting you face any problem, I am there with you all the time. I'll be there with you to guide at each and every step, be it a very small thing, that very simple JV that I'm not able to understand about. Please explain me this. I'll be there with you. No, there is no doubt about that. You may please take it as my word. So you may please go ahead, sir. You don't feel that you don't have finance background and you cannot do. You can do it very well. Only thing is you should be passionate about learning. You should be concerned about learning and you have to put on efforts. You should be ready to put on efforts. You should know that yes, as I'm not from finance background, I need to give more time than others. So that only you should be ready with. That's it, sir.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I got my answer. Yeah.
Anybody? Any doubts? Or we'll move to my questions that I have listed down. Okay, what I'll do, I'll just move to my questions that I have listed down for you. So I'll just open the PPT again. Okay, so what is SAP FICO is that I'll just tell you in brief. SAP FICO is one of the modules that are there in SAP. Okay, there are multiple modules in SAP. As we just saw in the previous slides, HR module, MM module, SD module, finance module, production planning module. There are a lot more. So SAP FICO is the module that deals with finance and accounts. Okay. Who can become SAP FICO consultant? I would say anybody who is having that passion and interest to learn SAP FICO can become SAP FICO consultant. Irrespective of his financial educational background, age, gender, or anything, that I would not say that this person cannot become. Anybody can become SAP FICO consultant. Only thing is that person needs to have the interest and the passion to learn. That is the only requirement. Okay. What are the career opportunities? Now, when we talk about career opportunities, what happens is in SAP, there are two roles that you will be having. So one role is the end user's role. Okay, the end user is somebody who is working as an who will be entering transactions in SAP. So he'll be working on the interface, or he'll be working on the setup that the consultants have already structured for the company. So he'll be working, you can say, on the finished products of SAP, whatever module he is working in. So he'll be only entering the transaction. So that becomes our end user. Okay, so there is one opportunity as an end user if you do SAP course, and there is another opportunity as a consultant. So what consultants do is that if whenever there is a requirement, to map a business process or to have any implementation. There is a project that is any company wants to implement SAP. Okay, so what happens is that the company approaches uh, the firms which are in implementation, who are providing implementation services. So that firm will be, implementing it for the company. They'll be mapping all the business processes. They'll be interacting with the users. They'll be interacting with the management, higher level of management. They'll take down their requirements and they'll try to map all those business processes in SAP, and then they will accordingly finalize. There are so many documentations is there that they'll be finalizing, and then they will map business processes. They will configure the system for the company, and then they will hand it over to the client for their final use. Well, then the end user comes into the picture like that. So here we are talking about SAP consultant role, and what we'll be learning is that the everything that we'll be learning from the perspective of an SAP FICO consultant only. So we'll be doing the configuration, what generally consultants do in case of implementation project or support project or whatever. We'll be doing that. So career opportunities are many career opportunities are there. Even SAP, as we just saw that SAP is having the biggest market share when it comes to ERP applications. So there are ample opportunities that are there in the market. Not only in India, but then at a global level, there are so many opportunities that are there. So one needs to be, efficient in the module. That's it. Is accounting background necessary? That I think we have already discussed this, that accounting background is not at all necessary. If you wish to pursue this course, what you have to have is only readiness to learn, and the passion should be there to learn SAP FICO. Another question that like that comes to many students is that is certification required? If I do SAP FICO, do I have to get certified by SAP as a FICO consultant? So what I have seen, and amongst my even friend circles who are currently working uh, many MNCs, so what I've seen is there is no such requirement of certification. Like they don't ask you for the certification. Do you have the certification valid? As we discussed about accounting background, that it is preferred but not mandatory. Similar is the case with certification. It is preferred to have, but it is not mandatory. If you could prove that I know SAP FICO inside out and I can be a good candidate for your company, there is no necessity of certification as such. Nobody will ask you for the certification. Still, if you want to go ahead with that, you can go ahead, no issues. Uh, Tips to become successful FICO consultant is that what I would say is there are three P's. There are three P's that I'll say that you have to work on, and that is practice, practice, and practice. So whatever we'll be looking into during the course, during the course as we go ahead, that you have to practice regularly. Like it has to become your how you do, like in your leisure time you take your phone and then you see browse through WhatsApp, then you go through Facebook or whatever you might be searching in when you are having a leisure time at home. So that time needs to be replaced with practice on SAP. That if you could do that, and if you could not let any day go without practicing on SAP, then there is nothing that can hold you back from becoming SAP FICO consultant. That is for sure. That I can tell you for sure. Whatever we are going to see in the course, you have to practice immediately. And that too, I tell you, immediately you have to practice. You should not spare much time. There are cases, what happens is that, okay, now this topic has, I have understood. during the class. I have understood this topic, but then what I will be doing is I'll be practicing it at the latest stage. Maybe after 2 3 days I will do. So that doesn't go well with SAP. You have to continuously be in touch with that. What happens is many times it happens that we forget, like when where he had navigated in order to explore that option. Now I'm not able to recollect. So every time you'll have to go to the video and then video recordings and have to see, okay, now this is the option what he had explored in order to configure this shape. Okay, so that you'll have to do. But then if you practice on daily basis and you dedicate some time, you know, for your practice, then there is nothing that can hold you back from becoming successful FICO consultant. So you'll be knowing everything and anything, and that will help you in cracking an interview also. That I will say for sure. And what happens is the more you practice, the more the concept becomes clear. At first stage, what happens, you are quite blurred about the concept. You are not so sure, but then as you keep on practicing, and that too, if the errors keep on coming as you practice and you go and troubleshoot when you troubleshoot, actually, then you come to know, okay, now this, I did this, that is why it happened like this. Okay, so there is an integration over here. So, okay, I should not do this or I should do that, then only this will happen. So like that, you will understand the process more, the more you practice. Okay, so that is one thing. How can we help you is that I'll say that if you're not from accounting background, we'll help you in understanding basic accounting wherever you are stuck. We will help you in uh, resume building. We will help you in preparing your CV, like how generally interviewers see your CV and what are the points that need to be included. As we'll be completing this course, we'll try to complete rapid in the, let's say, 2 months time. So why I'm saying that 2 months time is that because at the end of the 2 months, let's say, we are having certain additional time at our disposal, which can be used, you know, to evaluate candidates, like to evaluate participants. Like, okay, now you are good in general ledger, but then you'll have to work on AP and AR, or you have to work on everything is good, but then your bank accounting is not that good. So, you'll have to put on some more efforts before appearing for an interview. So, like that, we'll be suggesting you. That is why we'll be wrapping up within, let's say, 2 months' time. And then we'll help you with CV building. We'll help you, we'll analyze you, like, we'll tell you what are your weaknesses, your strong points, and where you have to work even more. So, that will be guiding you. What else is that the duration, as I said, will be, the duration will be for 2 months. And if we'll see, like, if it is becoming quite fast, so we'll extend the duration, we'll, lower the speed of our classes and we'll extend it for maybe another 15 days. So this is about the course duration. And next is batch start date. I'm planning to start the batch by 25th of July. Oh, yeah. By 25th of July, I'm trying to start the batch. So that is my planning with this course, this class, this batch basically. So that's it from my side for in first demo session on SAP S/4HANA FICO. We'll be having another one tomorrow in order to explore another points that are there that we have not yet seen, but we'll be looking into. And then in the when this course start, then we'll be starting with actual the to understand SAP FICO in more detail. So that's it from my side. In case of demo session, anything you'll have to know, you would like to know from my side. So you can ask me whatever it is there. Any queries, any doubts you're having?
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, actually, I have a question that you told to practice, and so what is the facilities you will provide for practice? Like,
Practice, the thing is, what is happening? I am quoting 8,000, okay, for 2 months of duration. So, but then what is happening is in that cost, no, that fees, I won't be able to provide for the server access actually. So for
No, if I
server,
want to get the server access, how much I need to pay
uh,
extra?
that I'll just take the quantum of the students that are going to join, and accordingly I'll inform you. Like I'll have to
Yeah,
speak to
actually,
the
you know
vendor.
that
Yeah,
without practice, joining a class is totally waste. So
correct,
as you
correct.
told,
Correct.
so proper server and proper software should be available whatever
Correct,
we are
correct.
doing.
I'll make it available for you for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then please consider that it may cost you around, let's say, 700 to 1,000 rupees, per month for the server access, which is not
Okay,
included in the cost. That I'm just telling you. We'll
okay.
try to negotiate with the vendor and we'll tell you the
Yeah, yeah,
final
yeah,
price.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure,
So that you can let us know or let me know in the
sure,
over
sure.
chat or in the
Yes,
next
yes.
chat. Yeah.
We'll inform. Definitely, will inform. Sure.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, hello, sir.
yeah.
Sir, how many days it going to take to complete this classes? I mean, course, this batch?
Ma'am, we'll be having batches on weekdays only. So, and I'm thinking around, 2 months of time will wrap it up. This batch will
Mm-hmm.
finish by 2 months, because why I'm saying that is that once the um, session is taken, once any topic I explain, then I'll be putting some time, in order to solve the queries of the users. Like they might be, when they practice, they will come across certain issues, so that I'll be uh, giving time during the course, in this 2 months time only. So
Mm-hmm.
basically 2 months I'm planning that I'll complete the batch.
Mm-hmm. Okay, sir. Okay. So weekdays it will be there.
Weekdays, it will be on weekdays. Yeah,
Oh. So timings it would be evening only, no, sir?
evening only. This time only I'm planning
Okay.
7:30 around.
Okay. Okay. Sir. Thanks.
Yeah,
Hello, I'm
I,
Mr. Khan from Sweden.
yeah. Please tell me, sir.
Yeah, actually, I have finance background. I'm accountant,
Okay,
and really, I'm glad to see your post in the Facebook
okay.
and join it because first experience with the India, my background
Mm.
is not from your country. So the question is the course material and another thing, I can manage the server by myself.
Okay.
But the another thing that the course material do you have? Because I do not have any uh, experience with this ERP, but I have the experience with another one because here we use another at my job we use one another ERP.
Okay.
So do you have any course material, or we will
Uh,
just listen to your video sessions? And another thing,
yeah.
how many days per week you wanna
Okay.
arrange this
So,
course? Yeah.
right. So, about course material, I would answer. So first, that
Mhm.
course material as such, whatever PPTs I'll be preparing at the time of explaining the topics, that I'll be sharing with you every time. Once the topic is done, that I'll share the PPT with you. Uh, the rest is that I'll be explaining only the concept. I'll try to explain in detail. I don't have any material as such separately prepared for the batch. And what is my personal opinion is not because that I do not wish to work on that preparing material and all. I will prepare for it. There is not much issue with me. But then what I feel is that when we complete the topic, so see, the process goes like this. Once we complete the topic, I share the PPT with you. Then you practice on your own. And when you practice, if you could take out the notes at the time of practicing only on like yourself, so that would be what I feel is that would be more relevant for you, because you will be owning those notes, and you will feel that okay, these notes that I have taken and while I was practicing on SAP FICO, and these are more relevant for me. I will prepare notes maybe from my point of view. What I feel is PPT, whichever I'll be preparing, that I'll be sharing with you. The rest notes as such, I feel that if you could, prepare on your own, that will be more relatable for you. But even if you want the material that I can provide, that is not a big deal. I will provide the material for you.
Thank you very much, Fardinas. Yeah, I want a material.
Yeah.
So then I will do by myself here.
Okay. I will provide
the timing is okay for me, the best time, because at that time we have 3:30 here.
Okay.
Nowadays I am on annual vacation. We have 40 days vacations here, annual.
Okay.
So
Okay.
this is perfect for me.
Okay.
And
Okay.
thanks again
Okay,
provide
sir.
us this opportunity to learn this ERP.
Okay, sir. Welcome.
So in future, maybe I will switch this job and then I will use it. But right now, I want to learn it.
Yeah, well, sure. You will do, sir. Sure.
Thank you, and thanks again. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
So I have one question. So you are starting the batch for every 2 months, is it?
Yes, not every 2 months. I'll be starting for 2 months now. As I said that we'll keep some time at after even completion of batch for doubt resolution, any problem if anybody is facing, in order to evaluate the participants if I have to. Then I'll keep some time for that, and then we'll plan the next batch accordingly.
So because we're asking is we have some commitment. So if we cannot join this current batch,
Okay.
we can join in the next batch after 2 months.
That is fine. No issues. That's absolutely okay. So when the next batch is scheduled, I'll definitely inform you as you're there in the group. I'll inform you about the next batch if I schedule it. You can join that batch. No problem at all.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, sir. Actually, I
Hello.
have one question. Hello.
Yeah, please.
I'm a new to ERP. This SAP ECC 6.0. Is it necessary to learn instead of if can I directly run SAP S4 HANA?
You can learn SAP S4HANA, because what I'll tell you is that ECC and S4HANA, when it comes to the usage and interface, there is not much difference. Yes, there are certain differences that we'll be looking into as we proceed ahead with the sessions, that I'll explain you what this about whenever the relevant topic comes, that I will tell you what was happening in ECC and what is now happening in S4HANA with the upgraded version. So there is no actually necessary that you'll have to learn ECC 6.0 first and then you can go with SAP S4HANA. So whatever differences are there, I'll try to point out those differences to you. Okay. So what that is what I feel, that there is no need as such, that ECC should be learned first and then only S4HANA. You can directly go ahead with SAP S4HANA.
Okay, thank you. And I just want to ask you, is it only weekend classes?
Basically, these are weekdays classes. Every day I am planning to have for 1.5 hours, so that everybody be in touch, because I have tried with weekend classes earlier, and then what happens is we meet after weekend only. So many times it happens that participants, as they have paid fees, that they will come and join the class on weekend, but then there is not that seriousness, to work and practice on the server. So what happens is that if we keep on meeting regularly on daily basis, it will be good for you also, that you will be always in touch. You will keep on hearing something about the concepts, and then once you start practicing on, you will able to understand and grasp immediately. So that is the whole point behind having daily batches actually.
Tomorrow, do we have another demo?
Yeah, we'll be having tomorrow one more demo session. Because I have said that I'll be giving 2 demo sessions, so I'll be having another one tomorrow.
Okay. Is it possible? Can you share this recorded video? I just joined this meeting.
Sure,
I-
sure. I'll share the
I-
recording. I'll share the recording on the group. Yes. So that even those who have missed may go through and we'll see. I'll share the recording for sure.
Okay. And what is the duration fee, course structure, fee structure?
Fee structure is that I'm charging 8,000 for the batch and the course will be for 2 months.
And 2 months course, and how many hours of duration training on weekend? Like it will be on Saturday, Sunday, or only Sunday?
No, it will be on weekdays daily, 1 hour maybe, 1 hour or 1.5 hours like daily.
Okay, daily 1 hour.
Yeah.
Okay. And what would be the timing if it is 1 hour?
What is the pardon?
Timings. At what
Timing
time?
will be same like 7 or 7:30 will be arranging, and we'll see like where others are comfortable with, what time others are comfortable. So that also we'll see. But around 7:30 we'll start.
Okay. Actually, I'm looking for training on weekends, like Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, okay.
So is it possible so you can start a batch on weekends?
Weekends, I'll have
Weekend.
to see like if there are more participants, I'll try to take batches on weekends also. No problem. But then I'll have to have some more participants, to proceed ahead with this. So
Yeah,
I'll
I
see. I'll
understand.
try. Yeah, I'll try to manage something for you on weekend. But then I cannot commit as of now, but we'll inform you. You know, soon we'll inform you.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Are you presently working anywhere, sir?
Yeah, I'm presently working.
Okay. Are you SAP certified?
No, I'm not certified.
Okay.
I got on the job training.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Anybody, any doubts? Anything that you like to ask?
Amal, one thing like the timing that you have mentioned in the evening time, 7:30 or 7 o'clock. Because in this time on daily basis, like on like weekdays, there is a office timing in between.
Okay.
So is there any possibility so we can in start the training maybe on morning?
Morning then, because even I'll have to leave for the office. So morning would be like quite rush hour. Uh, like what we can do is we'll see like how many are interested in joining the course, and if possible, like we'll try to finalize the timing which is convenient for everybody. Possibly a bit maybe a late also would do. Like if some all are comfortable with, we can start maybe 8 o'clock in the evening or whatever, or we'll explore the possibility of having it on weekends also. But then, as I said, weekends is like after 1 week only we meet. So there is somewhere I'm having like some doubts are there. Like,
Actually, Delhi is very good because
yeah,
you because,
Delhi is better. Delhi is
yeah.
better. Yeah. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's final the timing.
We'll finalize the time for sure. But then let me, first get to know like how many are interested in joining the class. So once I know the quantum, then we'll discuss with those people.
Yes.
Sure. Anything? So we'll wrap it up over here today.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So
Thank
let's
you.
see. Let's have one more demo session tomorrow, and then
Yes.
you can take a call accordingly later. Okay.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
one last question. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. You were talking about the interview. What type of interview you are talking about? That you
What?
will facilitate us in. You will facilitate the applicants with the interview and something you were saying.
Yeah. So what we'll be doing is that we'll help you in building your CV. Like what is the thing that interviewers see in your CV and how effectively you can build CV. That will be helping you out with. And the interview preparation, like what are the kinds of questions that you can expect based on your CV, and how are you supposed to answer those questions. So that will be helping you with. And on top of that, uh, once this course is completed, we'll be evaluating everybody, like through all the modules that are there in SAP FICO, and we'll try to evaluate and we'll suggest that, okay, now these are your strong points, these are your weak points, you have to work over here, you know like that assessment will be doing, so that once the candidate is willing to step into the job market, he should be confident about his CV and about himself. So that I'll be helping you with, you know.
Yeah, and another question, you will teach us in the Indian context because you are the finance background as well. So value-added tax is, different countries have different. So in
Okay.
ledgers, when we use this general sales tax, GST, and we say
Okay.
in Swedish moms.
Okay.
So these are a little bit different. And there's the currency you will use in an Indian currency, yeah? So
Sir,
like
yeah.
this, yeah, that's why I know, understand about this. Then I will little bit read about it in internet. In Google there is a lot of material.
Mhm.
But if I share with you my email, so can you send me the material and after the payment when I will pay you? So then, definitely, yeah.
Sure,
So
we
then
do,
I will
sir.
little
We
bit
do.
check it about because
Yeah.
yeah.
And when it comes to taxes, which are country specific, sir, when the topic comes, that time I will explain you that there are certain taxes which are country specific. But what happens is that the concept remains the same. Like, just a second. There is some noise. I think Mr. Shiva Kumar, his mic is on. Yeah, thank you. So what happens is
Yeah,
that
yeah. I like ear clothes, and you have in India the different we have like this type of. So that is why. Yeah, it will be easy for me if I read it. So then no problem at all. But
yes,
thank you very much. Again, I am saying that you are giving us so ready material that I cannot expect because we do not have such facility even in such a developed country in Sweden. They give
okay.
us the material and then the rest we will do by ourselves. But you are explaining very well. You are a very
Sir,
good teacher. Thank you very much again so
thank you, sir.
much for it. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah,
Bye bye then. But have a
bye.
nice evening then. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so everyone will end the session over here. I feel that there are no more questions coming in. Anybody, anything, please feel free to ask, because this is just a demo session. You can ask anything, everything, and if there are no questions, I will just close it then. Okay. We'll meet tomorrow also. If you are interested in another demo session, I'm planning it one tomorrow. So I'll share the link on the Telegram group, and we'll share the recordings of these videos also. Okay. So fine. Good night, everyone. We'll meet tomorrow.
Good night, Amol. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good night, sir. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night, sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.